Yeah. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. I hope that it'll take a minute for everyone to like pour back in here. But this has the Q&A app enabled. Sorry about that. It turns out that now it's disabled by default. I totally did not have to enable it myself in the previous stream, so I did not screw that up. Well, not on purpose. Sorry about that. All right, Q&A's going. Let's see some questions. And in the meantime, we can watch Connor play through Marble Zone Act 3, which is kind of a pain in the ass, actually. There's no audio. Never mind. Connor, can you even talk?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, good. Good. We need our sexy musician. Holy crap. Okay, now all the questions and stuff are coming in. Okay. Now it's Q&A. Great. It works. Yay. We did it, guys.
Yep.
Not really much of a questions, to be honest.
You just gave these guys like 185K and we can't figure out the Q&A app.
Jesus.
Look, we're engineers, we're not social media specialists or whatever.
Well,
I mean, I'm not engineer, but you are, Falco.
Well,
I don't even have higher education. See, like, I'm by theory, I'm even more retarded than you. I don't even have higher education. I'm a
Dude,
simple.
Falco,
yeah.
have you figured out how to get over here on the other side of this thing? Because this thing goes down, you can never get to the other side of it.
No, I have no idea how to do that, dude. I just assumed I could never do it. I love how we just jumped from 0 viewers to like 18 going up. Okay, good. Everyone's back. All right. Feel free to ask questions now. Yes, like I was saying, Patrick, my dad actually we have a 2-bedroom trailer, and it's pretty sweet. And like, in order to conserve money, congrats on the funding. Thanks, bro. Thank you, Jordan Elder. In order to conserve money, we're actually going to be moving a 2-bedroom double-wide trailer into my backyard for Patrick to live in as the art slave. And like, please don't like steal all my bandwidth looking at porn. If you could, please.
that sounds pretty damn sweet.
Dude, it kind of does, doesn't it? I was like, oh, dude, like I can go out and like bang on the door and be like, dude, your fucking art doesn't tile correctly.
Dude. Get off my lawn! And then I'm gonna get myself a shotty or whatever, like this very old-timey shotty and this like jeans, and I'm gonna be like, get off my lawn, you stop it, kid!
I'll give you my shotgun and you can just watch that. Dude,
Patrick, don't do it.
We have a fire pit in my backyard, like a redneck like cookout one. That'll be where you cook your food, Patrick.
No scavenge for food in forest or whatever.
Come in my kitchen.
Patrick, it is literally a foot-deep hole dug by hand, it seems.
It is.
Filled with crap from Falco's yard.
Yep.
That's pretty ghetto.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, it is. Alright, I think questions are coming in. Elysian Shadows sucks. JK, JK, LOLOL. By Marijuana Soldiers. What the fuck? Alright. Alright, I answered that question, even though it wasn't a question, it was a remark. Yeah, I think YouTube updated recently. I don't know where that one went. Damn, I want the beta forum link. If you're a beta backer, you'll totally get it. Just give us like a second. Like I said, right after the payments go through, you'll totally have access to that.
I mean, we have like normal forum so far.
Yeah,
so
in the meantime, like we're on the normal forums. We're trying to be a whole lot more active with you guys because, like, I don't know, now it's like our full-time jobs. So, like we're on the forums a whole bunch, and there's a lot of really like smart people there who answer questions, including myself.
Yeah.
Are you guys incorporating the money Ouya's matching towards the stretch goal? That's a really good question. I've seen it asked several times, and I purposely ignored it. Sorry, dude. Because I wasn't sure. The problem is, I wish I could say yes. Problem is, Ouya is not going to give us a penny until after we complete a beta. And the beta will be so far along in the development process that, like, at that point, we won't have planned for the stretch goals. You know what I mean? So we can't really, like, do that. You know, but that's also why we're continuing the stretch goals with PayPal till the end of the year. So like that will still give us about a year to take into consideration the stretch goals. Sorry, bro. I wish I could too. Like I would be on your side.
I mean, you know, nowadays with internet and with the constant patches and stuff like that, like we can basically have ongoing development more or less. Like we can keep on adding features
Do
and then just
not
releasing
say
patches.
that. Do not say that. One of the biggest criticisms I see from people is like, man, people love to just bitch on the internet. Oh my god, they're like, oh man, they're gonna come out with like a half-done game, and then the Dreamcast version is not gonna get all the updates and stuff. I'm just like, if the game is not done, we're not going to release it.
See, the problem with this statement is that it's fundamentally retarded because they are assuming we're gonna release like half-finished game. No, we're going to release game as we designed it and as we said in Kickstarter, and then we're gonna start adding features, maybe, perhaps, if we like.
The problem was,
if you're going to be about like free stuff, like I don't know, do I have to drink myself to death, or like why people are like that? Like
I don't know. I wish I knew, and it's so bad, man. Like some of like the really unpleasant people. Like I don't know. Some people just hate happiness. I guess like on some of the forums and stuff. Like some of the bullshit I read. Like 90% of the communities and stuff loved us before Kickstarter, but there were these certain ones like what I just mentioned. People bitching that like the Dreamcast release will be like all buggy because it won't get bug updates. I'm like, dude, we will seriously beta test before we release the game. But like, I can't go in there and be like, you're full of shit, you're wrong, because I'm trying to get your money. But now the Kickstarter's over, so you are totally full of shit. That's not how it's gonna work. There's no way we're gonna like fuck all the Dreamcast backers out of like a game. Like that's not the way it works. All right, sorry, done.
I mean, you have to think about, like, I'm always thinking, like, what kind of person you have to be to even come up with such an idea, and the conclusion is not really a pleasant one, so...
I don't know, man. I don't know. Alright. This is kind of what I already touched on, like, Hyasaur Roar. How long until you get the money... Oh, from Kickstarter. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so like I said, basically, like, we're all poor as shit right now. I'm living on a maxed-out credit card. Amazon payments will take up to about 2 weeks to process, so we're not going to see a penny of it for like another couple of weeks. Ouya is going, they're not going to double it, they're going to double the goal, which was 150K, so they're going to give us 150K, but it's not coming all at once. It's going to come, first we have to give them a beta, and then that'll give us 75K, and then the other, it'll get 2 more quarter payments, checks after that, I think. When it's finally submitted to the App Store and after our 6 months of exclusivity with Ouya there. So yeah, they are doubling the 150K, but there's a lot of caveats there. So we're not going to have it until towards the end of development. So, this person said, if worst comes to worst with the Dreamcast version, you can just send them an ISO to burn. Yeah, that's actually true. That's true. It's definitely not the plan. Like, we're not planning on releasing a shitty, like, half-baked game. But yeah, that's true.
This isn't Silent Hill Downpour.
Jesus.
Or, like, what's another, like, franchise that's really bad about releasing, like, half-done games? I don't know. But that's not us.
Game nowadays.
I know, like, all of them, basically, day 0 patches for the fucking win.
Yep.
Steve, which programming languages did you use? Well, the engine itself is C++11. The lower level layers of abstraction for all the drivers on Dreamcast and OpenGL and all that is C, with a little bit of assembly on every platform. So that's SH4 assembly, x86 assembly, ARM assembly, and then all of the gameplay scripting is done in Lua. Next. Let's see. Will you guys give your voices to characters in game? Y'all sound like from some cartoon. Nah, we weren't really planning on voice acting, but I will say, like, we had some really talented voice actresses. Well, one really talented one contact us, and if we were gonna do voice acting, we would not be the ones to voice the characters, except for Patrick, because he sounds.
Yeah,
with Mel Gorsha or I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, and if you're in the stream and I just butchered your name, I genuinely apologize. But in my defense, I did just call you a very talented voice actress.
See, the benefit is that I could voice both male and female characters. So, yeah.
You did it, boys. How long is the storyline going to be estimated? Yeah, we've done good. We've done good. Estimated, we want to shoot for 40 hours main storyline, just because, like, we feel like that's pretty standard for a lot of the PlayStation 1 era RPGs, like Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy 7 through 9, and a lot of the games that, like, influenced us. I feel like 40 hours is a nice, like, I don't know, round number. But then we wanted to have a whole bunch of side quests, which I would like to believe could put it at an upwards of like 100 hours, but there are some people who would believe that that's overly ambitious. But then again, there's people who would believe that making a Kickstarter and succeeding at this anyway was overly ambitious. So I don't know, but that's kind of the plan. That's what we're aiming for. Thank you, Cham K. Will the Dreamcast version of Elysian Shadows be on a normal CD, not a GD-ROM? Because I've heard that's not good for your Dreamcast to play non-GD-ROM games. Alright, so I've heard that before. Alright, so here is the deal. The problem is that Sega actually discontinued all GD-ROM production. It was like a proprietary format by invented by Hitachi or something. The problem is that there's no more GD-ROMs. But it's not just the fact that you're running a CD in the Dreamcast that makes it intrinsically bad for the Dreamcast, because the Dreamcast can totally like play audio CDs and stuff. It's when you rip a GD-ROM that was like a gig large or something, and you pack it on the CD where the data is not organized optimally, and your laser has to keep, the motor has to keep moving back and forth trying to read the data. That's why it's bad for your motor. It's just because it wasn't optimized to be on a CD. It was optimized to be in a GD. So ES will be optimized to be on a GD, so it's not going to be bad for your Dreamcast like that. But yeah, it can't be on a GD because those are not produced anymore.
Falco, I have like
yeah.
really bad news, really horrible news. Apparently, the camera on stream is stuck on me, and even if you're talking,
really,
it's my glorious face all the time.
But I clicked on me, like I see it on me. Is it really?
I think I understand now how it works. Like, because I could be the first one that started the Q&A app, so it might just like tag the person to the first one that started Q&A. Like maybe if I'm gonna shut down my Q&A, and then like reload it.
Unclick yourself. Maybe you clicked on your own thumbnail.
I thought it was just who I clicked on, because I thought
No, because you know, like we had those Q&A streams, and no matter what we tried, we had like the camera stuck on you, Falco. Now it's the same up
for me. Just because I forgot to click it elsewhere because I got accidentally narcissist. Holy shit! Where's Tyler? I don't know. No idea.
He's on his way, apparently.
He's on his way.
Yeah. He said he would join as soon as he can.
I assumed he was asleep because, like, we had a really, I would say, rough weekend of gambling. He should be on his way, though. I just woke up, too, so give the man a break. Okay. I see your comments on the Kotaku when you were almost fighting with someone about some graphical issues. I must say, good work, you didn't Phil Fish it. I have to say, man, I had to bite my tongue so fucking hard not to let that guy have it. I mean, because let's be serious here. Like, if you're going to come into a Kotaku article when, like, praising a game that's doing well on Kickstarter and, like, one, start bashing the fuck out of it, that's one thing, that's okay. But two, when you're bashing it and you are fundamentally fucking incorrect in what you're saying about the game, oh, yeah, I had to bite my tongue. I think the team's proud of me, too. I'm getting a little better at not, like, getting super pissed off at the internet, but, like, it's still really hard for me. You have to understand how much effort I put into this game. And if the guy were actually correct in anything he said, I would have backed the fuck off and been like, hey, bro, you're right. But the truth is that he was absolutely fucking incorrect about it. So it was a little harder for me. But, yeah, I appreciate it. It's very hard for me. I was just sitting there like, oh. But thank you.
Yeah, the whole adventures of, like, Falco, do you remember me responding to one particular forum post? That was pretty glorious. Like, guys, I had to call people on our, like, little team chat, and I was just basically yelling at them because the person was so fundamentally wrong about every single thing that they said. Because, I can understand.
They were fundamentally wrong.
Like, look, let's make an illustration. Like, let's make illustration. Like, here is the let's say that this bottle is the point, and my fist is the person that was talking. Like, it just went past there, like not even remotely close to the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm an artist, and I live off showing off my work publicly, and critique and taking critique. It's actually part of the curriculum for artists. Like, if you go to art school, there are lessons on taking and giving critique, so it's very important. But the problem with this person was that they were trying to critique something which was like entirely irrelevant about like what I was talking, and I was like, I honestly tried to respond. It was like it took me 3 tries until I just said no, I will not, because anything that I will say will be either extremely derogatory or a personal attack or anything of the above. So
Yeah, I will say I learned a lot about, like, because, I grew up on YouTube. I've had to, like, talk with a lot of people. I've had a lot of publicity to begin with. But, like, this whole Kickstarter thing, and especially linking my personal Facebook account to our YouTube page, has really, like, put me on a level of spotlight that I've never had to experience before. And, like, I understand now why most game developers just don't even talk to their fans the level we do. Like, I understand why they have personal Facebooks and, like, because, like, there's so much negative shit out there. And, like, I really want to be able to, like, talk to you guys and take the good and leave the bad, but, like, it's hard. Really, it is. Like, I understand why Phil Fish is a douche. I really do.
No.
I mean, like,
okay, Connor does it.
Falco, like, I've been actually closely following Phil Fish for some time, and the thing is that he's not even really a dick. Like, he's more or less kind of like you, except the problem is that whatever he says, like, while you sort of controlling yourself when you speak publicly, the guy has no filter whatsoever, and then people are just saying, oh yeah, he's an asshat or whatever. The problem is that if you go to the dude and call him a douchebag, then he's gonna just respond that you're a douchebag. But the problem is that people are only seeing one side, and that's Phil Fish that called someone a douchebag. So that's.
Hey guys, look at my new friend.
Responsibility to act like a mature person. Nobody expects morons on the internet to act mature. They expect the developer of their favorite game to act mature, and so it's his fault.
Check it out, guys. It's Princess Zelda.
Jesus.
I got a new cat because I figured I was preparing for the depression of, like, not seeing daylight and, like, living in a cave coding for, like, an entire year straight, so I got a pet. And her name is Zelda.
What happened to the kitten?
Oh, that's Andrew's kitten that lives with me. This cat lives with me, though. Pretty much all she does is eat and sleep, so we'll get along very well. Alright. Have you tried implementing renderers different from GLES? Yeah, because, like, on the Dreamcast, at least, I'm going to use this example. On like PCs and Windows, no. I mean, there just wasn't really a reason for me to. But yeah, on the Dreamcast, that's a completely custom renderer. Although I have a feeling your question was for PCs, and I just totally circumvented it. But yeah, technically yes, because the Dreamcast is a custom renderer, and we had a custom renderer on the PSP. All right, let's see. Will the game have any CG cutscenes to carry the story, similar to the Sega/Mega CD? Jason Von Cena. Well, that would be awesome, but the problem is with our budget, what we just worked out, there's not really any funds left for doing, for hiring someone to do that kind of cutscene animation. Maybe at the end, after it's done, like if we have extra funds, we can look into that kind of stuff, but we have to make the game with this so that the storyline can be carried on in-game so that we don't have to rely on that. I don't know, that will have to come in the end.
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of taking the controls from hands of the player and putting it on autopilot. Like, if you're making a video game, it should be interactive and fuck cutscenes and fuck QTEs. But that's my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, there's gotta be some kind of progression, like cutscene-wise.
I mean, no, we can have those like in-game, in-engine cutscenes, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have like dialogues, which. But that's part of the gameplay because you still can sort of act on it, right?
All right, next question. Will it be possible to play ES multiplayer on the Dreamcast? It's possible, yes, but we don't have multiplayer planned right now because The problem with that is that it honestly, we have a whole bunch of cutscenes that were, or cutscenes, a whole bunch of stretch goals that were much lower on the tier, like porting it to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox and all that, which would not take much work because of the way the engine's structured and all that. But actually adding multiplayer would take some serious, like, fundamental architecture changes. So that wasn't really like a stretch goal that we had that was cheap. So right now we're not planning on multiplayer yet, but like, once we release ES, if it does well, you know, if it's returning a profit, I hate to say that, returning a profit, like as though we're doing this for money. But unfortunately, it is our job now. If that happens, then yeah, we would totally love to, like, go ahead with the multiplayer or hell, even the online stretch goals. But that will have to come in the future after we release single player ES. Someone just said, I'm still playing non-GD games from 2000 till now, and my Dreamcast has no problem. Good. Yeah, it's all about how well they packed it, like about how much the motor has to move to read whatever it is that you're reading on the Dreamcast disc, on the CD-ROMs. Like, if they just ripped a GD and threw it on a CD without actually, like, optimizing anything spatially, then yeah, your motor's gonna have to move a whole bunch. But otherwise, it's not that. It's not, like, harming your Dreamcast. Oh man, I see this next question. I feel like that. Alright. Was any old team member, your brother, interested in ES, and did they try to get back into the team anyway after it was quite clear that you were going to succeed with your Kickstarter, knowing how much they gave up and lost?
Well, Marcel is in the stream right now.
Damn, yeah, Marcel's here right now. Actually, no, Marcel didn't do that. Marcel didn't do that. But actually, yes, the majority of our old team members, the vast majority of them, did try coming back to us and did try to get back on the team when it was clear that we were going to succeed at this Kickstarter. Almost all of them did. And unfortunately, that really shows us where your motives are, you know? So, no. Where were you when we needed you? I don't want to call any names, though.
I mean, no, I can understand the motives of getting money to sustain yourself, but if you weren't willing to put the risk that we did, then...
But the truth is, man, like, I worked on this game when I was in graduate school, when I had a full-time job, when I was completely depressed, and if you didn't have faith in us or in our abilities back then, like, you can't just expect to come back on the team just because, like, there's money in it now, and now you see that we're successful. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, I'm totally feeling it. Like, I've pulled through my shit as well while still being on the project. And funny story, I actually miscalculated my budget, and I actually didn't have even money to buy food for, like, yesterday. Thankfully, I've been saved by my teammates because, you know, still 2 weeks till the end of the Kickstarter. But, you know, that literally shows the kind of risk that we all took. And, you know, each of the team members has their own story.
And then Patrick messages me. He's like, hey, bro, I need money. And then I check my bank account, and I'm like, I think you're going to have to starve to death.
Yeah. Well, you better get on diet, mate.
It's cool. You'll feel like rock star skating when you come to the States.
Yeah.
And live in your double wide in the backyard.
Dude, how can I have gains?
You can earn money by cutting Falco's grass.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, my mom. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, guys. So we're having, like, you know how I was talking about that big Kickstarter success, basically party that I'm throwing at my house. Well, I'm throwing it. It's going to be this Friday. Every one of you are invited, provided you back the project. And if you made the mistake of not backing the project, I'm going to put a jar on the fucking kitchen table, and I'll put, like, Patrick's name on it, and it'll be for his food. And just, like, put a or something. But, yeah, so, okay, that's Friday. It'll be start at, like, 7 o'clock or something this Friday. I'm going to make, right after this stream, I'm going to make an event on Facebook with my home address and everything. You're welcome to drive out. We have some people coming from, like, 3 states away and stuff. You're totally welcome to crash on the floor, whatever you want. Like, my house is your house. I'm just worried that there will be so much shit going on that you might not sleep if that is your plan. So if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. It's cool. And if you're moderately attractive, I can share my bed. Just saying.
So, Patrick's got a place to sleep now, I suppose.
With the amount of people that are coming, you might actually start considering asking them to bring tents as well. because they might not fit in
yeah,
the house.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Also, yeah, if you want to camp out in the backyard, you can totally like set up a tent. I have an acre lot. It's really big, and like you can totally pitch a tent in the back, and that would work really well actually. So go for that.
Dude, dude, imagine Elysian Shadows Con when like people are coming camping in your backyard for 3 days or whatever.
And like
Elysian Con.
we're gonna try to stream as much of this party as we can. Obviously, we can't have like a 10-hour live stream. Well, I don't think we can. Maybe we can.
I don't know, maybe.
I'll host it.
All right, maybe we can. But yeah, we'll try to stream what we can for people who can't make it until we get like so drunk we can't even hold the camera or whatever. Okay. Oh my God, I think I just pushed done on a question I didn't actually answer. If you saw your question disappear and I didn't answer it, I'm so sorry, dude. Could you resend it?
Something about backing Kickstarter, I don't know, it just blinked through my
It
eye.
was something about that, and I totally screwed it up. Damn, I love you, Patrick. LMAO.
Jordan, I love you too. Full homo.
Why is Tom failing at Sonic 2? I want to know too. Is he failing over there?
It's not survival horror.
He's at Casino Night Zone. He's not doing too bad, is he?
Yeah,
What
Dan
act?
got the great answer.
What act?
1?
Oh, okay. That boss is kind of a bitch.
Connor, you're a disgrace. How can you fail at Sonic?
Oh! That dude said thank you for like giving so many updates and like being in the stream and stuff. You're welcome. We plan to continue doing like adventures in game development and all that as well, so you'll be seeing a lot more of us. That's kind of like, we don't want to take your money and disappear for years. Like, this is our job now. We take it seriously. We take updating you guys seriously. So like, yeah, that's the plan.
I mean, we're very approachable, so you can always message
Well, I
us.
mean, unless you want to post like hateful things on the internet, then I'm not so approachable. But other than that, I'm approachable.
Yeah. I will totally send you porn if you want.
You will,
Handmade one.
I just love games with wearable items that show up on avatars. So are items going to show up on Julian's sprite? I know the weapons will at least. Yeah, we do too. But we're trying to make as many of them show up as possible. The problem is that in order to do that, there's a whole bunch of extra sprite and complexity work to like have separate arms that basically animate separately, and then a separate sword that pivots here. So we're really not sure at this point how much of that will be able to be shown separately, but we're trying as much as we can. So we'll have to see like once we get a little deeper, but yes.
I mean, one of the problems that you're hitting is like how many separate sprites are you rendering on top of each other? So there is a limit. Like if you have separate helmet and jacket and boots and stuff, like it just
and there's also you need basically what Patrick said.
and then normal, and then just like making it work is one thing, making the actual assets is another, because I would have to normal map them and make sure that every single combination ever works well in normal mapping. And you can already see Falco, he's smiling so much at the idea. I personally want to slice my wrists whenever I hear it.
Alright, did the Wikipedia page change? What happened between yeah.
Dude, it's on! Like, the page is on, and I'm so happy, like, that was great.
Back up. Dude, it actually wasn't between me and the admins. I wasn't about to jump in on behalf of my own page, because that's kind of sleazy on Wikipedia, but basically they thought we weren't a big deal, and like we were just a bunch of nobodies. And look, motherfuckers, we have a funded Kickstarter, we're on Kotaku, and we were on the news. So I can't wait until one of them tries to petition for that article to get taken down again. Oh my god. I want to like message one of them personally just because I'm a sadistic asshole and be like, so how insignificant are we now?
That would be mean. That would be mean-spirited, Falco. You're above that.
What, dude? I think mean-spirited was like fucking trashing our article twice. I'm not.
You're the shining paragon of Christian virtues, like turn another cheek and stuff like that.
All right. All right. Next.
You're the most noble and honorable and lovable person ever they ever met.
No. Next question. This is by Marcel, and it's actually a really good question that I've had to come to terms with in the last... Oh, wait, no, this isn't the question. Does ES157 still require entity manipulation? Yes, it absolutely does, and no, it doesn't have it yet. That's like one of the first things that needs to be worked on. The first thing that has to be worked on right after this is I'm putting on my writing hat with Tyler, and we're going to finish out all of the design document and all the storyline and stuff like that, full-time writing. Well, I believe Patrick's going to like finalize with Leandro the artistic style of the characters and the normal mapping and stuff. But yeah, that's about to be really important. All right, next. This is the question. Are you putting grad school on hold while you work on ES? I might actually. I don't plan. The problem is this semester already started in grad school, and I had to take an incomplete last semester during the summer semester because the Kickstarter literally consumed my life. So I already have to finish up one class this semester. School already started, and I didn't know if we would be successfully funded or if I'd have to look for a job or what. So this semester's pretty much screwed. So at least this semester I have to take a break from graduate school. Will the game have achievements on Steam? That's a really good question. Yes, it will have achievements everywhere. Because Tulio did it, and I thought that was a really cool idea with Pure Solar. Basically, even on the Dreamcast, they have like achievements like on Steam, and I really like that idea. And Pure Solar is badass. Like, you totally inspired me there. So yes, it will. We would like to carry that over to other platforms too, because that would be awesome. I think this one's for you, Patrick. You want to grab that?
Yeah. By the way, could you like please not call me Crazy Polak? I mean, if you're really insisting on, then yeah, I guess I can. But I'm more than my nationality. Anyway, do you like art from Witcher 3? It is amazing stuff.
Crazy I am.
Did this inspire you at all? Do you know any artists from CD Projekt Red? I don't know any of the guys, though. Like, they're huge inspirations, and they seriously kick ass. I like the setting because I can't really say about the execution, so the technicalities and how it looks, because it's obviously beautiful and obviously gorgeous, but it's so far from what we're doing that like the art styles doesn't compare. But about the setting of the world, like how they're building them, and how the towns look like, how the nature looks like, it's like really fucking great. And I generally like it because it's not your standard European fantasy. It has this little Slavic twist on it, so it's ever slightly so different, which is really nice.
I have no idea what the fuck we're even talking about. All right.
Let's have a Witcher 3.
Someone says.
Dan, wait. Dan, what do you think about Witcher 3?
I haven't played Witcher 3.
I mean, it's not out yet, but this one is clear.
I haven't played a Witcher game ever, but I have seen gameplay and it does look absolutely fucking fantastic. I would say that.
I need to buy it. I actually have like a whole list of games. I have some for you assholes too. That like during the year, like at night before bed or like first thing in the morning when I'm waking up with my coffee, like video games that I want to play for ES for research, like. Or like you go, what the fuck are you doing? It is my job to make a good video game, and in order to make a good video game, you have to play fucking video games. Like,
dude, Dan, are you Albert Wesker? You're wearing sunglasses indoors.
Because he's a
My
bad.
identity is out.
Daniel Wesker.
Daniel Wesker.
Fucking douchebags.
But Patrick, we've already discussed. We're gonna make you beat Chrono Trigger, bro.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. Dude, if I have a console with a controller, then I can totally play it. But the emulator on the Android is the worst thing ever. It's like retarded Game Boy.
I have it. I have the original cart on the Super Nintendo, and when you come out, I'm gonna sit your ass down. We're gonna play it. I also have Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo with the 3-player multi-tap, and like me, you, and Tyler beat the fuck out of that shit. It's important. Very important.
Dude, I want you to play Katawa Shoujo. Like that's a game we have to.
All right, like seriously.
I'm serious. Like you need something, man.
One of the first things we need to beat, because Pure Solar HD is about to happen, we have to beat the original too. So like we can cross it with the HD version also. So keep that.
Wait. Are they like changing anything else except the art style? I thought that they're only like making new.
We're about to find out. All right, can I come to the party from Australia? I'll leave today. Yeah, like, of course you can. You can come from wherever. If you're absolutely serious, yes, you can come to the party from Australia. You can, like, crash on my floor, like, get on a plane right now. It's fine.
I mean, that sounds pretty expensive, dude. Seriously.
Sounds expensive. And if you have that much money, I'm kind of wondering why you didn't contribute all of it to Elysian Shadows, but I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude, love to have you. Come on out from Australia. I'm sure you have a beautiful accent, and you'll be able to like pick up all the American ladies here. Dan can tell you all about that.
Yes.
What can you recommend to your viewers who are willing to start game developing? Which programming language to learn? So we have like a bunch of getting started videos on our channel, and we are actually planning to make like a whole brand new like getting started game development video. Basically, now that we actually made it big and we know a lot more about what we're doing now, discussing just that. But like, to make a long story short, it really depends on what your goal is. If you want to get into the game development industry and like be a low-level programmer writing your own engine and stuff like that, obviously you're going to have to learn something like C or C++. Whereas if you just want to make a game, you can use like a pre-built engine like Unity and just use Unity script or C# or something like that. So honestly, you need to ask yourself what the long-term goal is there before investing your time. But I will say, if you're not already a programmer, it is way easier to start off with a pre-built engine and a simpler language, and then pick up the more difficult language later on. So maybe you want to start down that path anyway. So, and
Yeah, I mean,
look forward to our video coming up.
Yeah, the short version is just start doing this. The best way to get into game development is just start doing this and just Google the questions that you have, because the game dev community is extremely open and you will have answers to any conceivable question.
The game dev community is extremely open and extremely arrogant, meaning that they love to hear themselves talk, so they love to answer your questions. You're in luck because they're so helpful, because they're like, oh, I get to answer this guy's question. Oh, I get to look smart on the internet, because that's totally what I do too. And like, so you're in luck. We're all very helpful because we love to do that.
I would recommend Indie Dev Hour on Twitter also. Very open community.
Yeah. What happened to the kittens you found under the lawnmower? Well, I adopted them, and then my little brother Andrew came over, and then he fell in love with them, and then he asked if he could keep them, and I couldn't say no to him. So now they live with Andrew and my mom, and I did not have a cat, so I bought a cat. Well, I didn't buy a cat. I have a cat, a new cat. But yeah, they're still around. They're still around. They'll like guest star in an Adventures in Game Development or something. Tech question. Uh-oh. Alright, tech question. Shit just got real. How does your toolkit editing area work? Does it use rendering viewport from the engine, or is it a separate panel element when you lay tiles? You then just save like sprite positions and attributes to map file for engine to load and render? Oh, that is a loaded fucking question. It's not. It's so.
Speaking of game programmers that want to talk about themselves, yes, Falco is listening.
Dude, I'm answering his question. He probably gave us money, and he's asking a legit question. So the renderer is not. It's the same code as the engine rendering, but it's not the same backend. The engine is using OpenGL ES to render, whereas the toolkit is using Qt's built-in renderer, Qt OpenGL or something. So the render calls look a little different, even if it's the same algorithm. It has kind of like a layer of abstraction where there's a layer implemented in the toolkit and there's a layer implemented in the engine to separate the two. But as far as saving the tiles, it's not really saving sprite positions. It's basically a gigantic 3D grid where it's saving every element of the grid is like a tightly packed 4-byte wide array, which has like the tile index, whether the tile is flipped and rotated, how high on the z-axis the tile is, and stuff like that. It's not really saving out positions, because since it's a uniform grid, you know if you're located here, you know where its position is. So position's not really data we have to save for the map. That's data we have to save for entities, which are basically like free-floating things. So I would love to answer your question in more detail on our forums. I hope I slightly answered your question.
Okay, that's another thing. Like, if you want a really extensive answer, then just post on our forums, because then we can get, answers in text format, so whole paragraphs.
That's true. It's very true.
Get on the forums. Forums are nice.
Is the whole endeavor going to lead to a game development studio and other games, or are you already planning on going back to regular engineer? I ask because you're obviously still in university. First of all, I'm a graduate student in university. I had a real job as an engineer. I graduated 3 years ago. I'm working on my master's degree. I'm not working on my bachelor's degree. I'm not still in the university in that sense. I just want to be a doctor because it sounds fucking awesome and I want to be able to teach someday. As part of my game development stuff, we're already a studio technically, and we've already been a studio even while I was working a full-time job. But no, the goal is that this is my career, and I will never have to get a real job again. Worst case, I can teach a few easy CS 100 classes at the university and have a TA grade all the papers while I basically work on video games and grants from the university. That's mine.
I think more pessimistic approach would be depends on how well Elysian Shadows sells after release.
Say that. You're such a pessimist.
My answer is that I'm going to keep making games no matter what, and keep making music no matter what. So
hell yeah, that's my answer too.
Yeah.
Fucking rock star. He doesn't give a fuck about money over there.
I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. I just want to make something good.
Me too, dude. Me too. That's why I have no money right now, and I'm still want to do this. All right. Patrick, I totally just stole this one from you. Pay attention. Do you like... Wait, this is...
That's the same. That's the same question. We already answered that.
This dude, can I support you guys if I couldn't during the Kickstarter? Yeah, we're still keeping the PayPal page open on our website. Go to ElysianShadows.com/PayPal. There's still a little more work that has to be done, but we're actually going to keep a lot of that money going towards our stretch goals, which, by the way, we're really close to boss attack right now. So yeah, we're gonna keep that going for a while. Yeah.
By the way, like I was showing this off to people on the workshops that I had today, and where is the Bitcoin donation link? Like I couldn't fucking find it. Where can people actually buy it with Bitcoin?
Oh, ask Dan.
That's so fucking inconvenient. Why cannot people buy our game through our webpage with Bitcoins? Dan, what the fuck?
Ask Falco's dad. Ooh, shots fired.
Damn.
Oh.
That'll be on the next web update. We have to.
It feels corporate already. Like, can you feel the blame shifting? Can you feel it?
No, guys, we have to put a limited edition on the PayPal anyways. We're gonna have to update it.
Yeah, we need to
Not to mention, we need to update the site now. We made a badass Kickstarter page with a whole bunch of those animations and shit from the Kickstarter page.
Yeah, totally.
So I've already added the links, by the way. Sorry.
Oh wait, the next question just like rustled my jimmies. Like I cannot wait for it.
Hold on. Let me grab the next question.
Bring it.
You could pull a Pokemon or an Oblivion and have shared assets for different things to wait. You could pull a Pokemon or an Oblivion and have shared assets for different things to save resources. Like Pokemon had only 8 sounds for all of Pokemon, and in Oblivion, different characters had the same voice. You could have shared weapons. I mean, we could, but like we kind of, want to make a better game than just that. Like, I mean, yeah, we could have like the same fucking tree every time there's a tree, like, of course, but like, we didn't quit our jobs and like start a Kickstarter and put our entire life on the line to make a subpar game like that. So yeah, worst case we could, but we're not. That's not really what we're gonna try.
I mean, the saving assets in video games is one giant topic, and the problem with 2D games is that you run into the problem of having like a bloat content, like content that is there to fill the place and just it doesn't contribute anything to the game. Like the prime example, like essentially, if we would do that, then our game would be looking like World of Warcraft. When you have like the same wolf model.
Every WoW player hates us now.
I mean, I'm not like, dude, like, World of Warcraft is fucking awesome. World of Warcraft teaches me how to speak English. Literally, I've learned English language from this game. But it doesn't change the fact that they're using the same models over and over fucking again. Like the default spider model, I think it's used like 40 times just with different skins. So and the same for like more basic weapons. So we run the risks of having our game look like MMO while not being an MMO, which is a bad thing.
I do agree with that. I agree with everything Patrick just said. Connor, I think this one's for you, bro. I know you're like on Oil Ocean Zone, but I don't even know what this means. Katawa Shaoju equals Waifu Simulator.
No, that's for me and Patrick.
It's
Dude,
totally not like
I
it
had
rusted
to
my
ask-
dreams so much.
I had to ask Connor what a waifu was like the other day. I didn't even know what the fuck that was.
And I answered him by saying Jill Valentine.
He had to like explain it. Yeah, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. See, okay, so for the guys that don't know, Katawa Shoujo is a dating simulator. And when I approached this game first, I thought that, and by the way, it's a dating simulator done by 4chan.
Oh,
So imagine,
fuck's
4chan made a game. Wait, hear me out. Wait, because I know where it's going, Falco. Like, so, and I had exactly the same. I had exactly the same, reaction as well. Like, oh, Jesus fuck Christ, 4chan made a game. It's probably child porn. Like, that was legitimately
Jesus.
And then I was like, I'm gonna download it and play it to see how much of a train wreck it is.
Patrick,
Like,
did you pick
want.
me? Emmy was the best.
No, I picked the artist chick, like Rin.
Yeah.
I think it was Rin.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, like it wrecked my heart. But and so to what I'm doing this, like Katawa Shoujo is anything but like throw away all of your preconceptions about culture or anything. It's one of the most tastefully done video games that portrays romance is like I haven't cried while playing a video game except that one time, like legitimately tears in eyes, because it's something really amazing. And your mileage will vary because it gets really personal. Like this game for me, it took everything that I ever hated about myself and my life and it just shoved in my face. So
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not even joking.
Connor, is this
I'm not
true or
gonna
is
say
it
anything current that because I did not cry when I played that game, but it was pretty good. Silent Hill 2 is cry material. That's a true crying game.
Yeah, there are feels in Katawa Shoujo, but it depends on how you're gonna which road you're gonna pick. There's obviously also porn, so but it's a porn and feels. What best can there be, right?
Jesus. All right, next question.
It's really interesting. Like that's something that I really like about the video games. You can get really good
Patrick,
stuff.
that was the first thing you and I talked about when I joined the team. Remember?
Was it? That's great.
Yeah.
That's great introduction.
All right, can you guys put a progress bar or something on your site to see where your current donations, Kickstarter, PayPal, Bitcoin are at? I think if people can see how close you are getting to stretch goals, they'll be more likely to chip in. Dennis Smith, I absolutely agree. Yeah, that's something that we would like to do. I don't think that there's a way to be able to do it like real-time updating like Kickstarter, though. Maybe, I don't think. It might have to be something we update manually every so often, but yeah. I was talking to my dad. We're going to put like the Kickstarter stretch goals back up so that you'll be able to see those. Not the ones we had, like the actual very, very ambitious ones that the big gaming sites hate because guess what? We're already funded. We don't need you now. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But you can't call us overly ambitious anymore when we're funded. So yeah, we're going to put all that back up. Absolutely, good point. Do you plan on updating the engine editor more before you start heavily developing the game? That's a very good question, and absolutely we do. Especially the editor. I feel like the engine is at a very good, a pretty good place right now that like the game can start to be developed, and like the modifications to the engine can just happen over time in tandem with the gameplay specifics. But the editor, that's like more fundamental stuff that affects our workflow that could truly make like the game development process itself a living hell or make it very streamlined and efficient. So like before I jump into any big coding or I think Tyler jumps into any serious gameplay coding, we're going to have like a huge ESTK update that's going to take care of a lot of stuff and really streamline a lot of our process there. So yeah, that's a really good question. Oh, I like this next question. I wish Eddie was here. CMake, why 4? Because Eddie made us do it? I wish I had a compelling fucking argument, but I don't. I only have compelling arguments to not use CMake. Because Eddie came in here and he said, every one of you is retarded and I know everything. We're going to CMake. We let him do it. And now
Wasn't that something about like Android and stuff like that? Wasn't that his justification?
He wanted it, like his Android toolchain and development setup uses CMake internally to in Gradle to use like some tools and crap. I don't know, but he wanted to keep it.
I agree. Yeah, Android Studio is great though.
Uniform, so instead of making those tools use our existing build process and build setup, he made all of our existing everything. He broke it and made it use CMake. So.
But then again, you know, if he wouldn't do that, then we couldn't bitch at him. Now we have a scapegoat.
That's true. It's true. Now we have a very legitimate reason to bitch at Eddie.
Yeah.
Will you be working with any new people or sticking with the core team? We'll have to stick with the core team because we literally do not have enough money for other people. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. We worked out all of the finances, and like Tyler and I full time, and like everyone else, like there's no, and like even some people have to be part time still. Like no, there's not enough money financially that we can bring on other people. We're gonna be very conservative, and we're not gonna waste your money. And nope, we're gonna do a good job. So no, we can't afford other people.
And we've burned on enough people that were saying that they're gonna work for us for free and then just bail on us. So we won't gonna even accept anyone like working for us for free.
Yeah.
At least not for the dark side.
Yeah.
Like if you're an artist and you want to work for us for free, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Falco is getting code_bastards degree in university, wants to teach in the future codes, Atone and Pet Cats, the ultimate coder. You're a huge fan, supporter, fellow coder, rebel coder. P.S. Can I have my backing back? I have no food this week because of that. But dude, if I had your money backing, yeah, you could have it back. But literally, like, it's somewhere in fucking Amazon servers, and they're probably like spending their like 5% or whatever on hookers and cocaine right now, and neither you nor I have your money, unfortunately. But thank you for that comment. Sorry. I'm hungry too. I would show you my bank account, but like that's probably not a good idea on the internet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Marcel, I hope you're paying attention. This one's for you. Nice to see Marcel here. Cheers. Emil Aronson. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Marcel's here and he's actively participating. Actually, someone send Marcel this fucking link.
To join? Yeah.
Marcel, do you have Skype here? I'm gonna Facebook you this link. I don't know if you can actually join, but fuck it, why not? Why not? We're celebrating.
Yeah, it's gonna be some like hardcore old-time reunion.
Hold on. Oh wait, I actually unfriended you, Marcel. Hey, someone who's friends with Marcel on Facebook, send him the link. The link to join the chat. I'm gonna keep going. Feel free to jump in, Marcel. Why the fuck not? Peter, if you're here, although I highly doubt you care about us enough to be here, feel free to join. Any other former team member you can join too. It's a night for good feels and celebration. Alright.
Do I have Marcel?
Geckos die in orbit. How will this influence the completion of Elysian Shadows, and how does this make you miss Chameleon Twist on 64? Jesus fucking Christ. That's for Marcel. I'll let you like talk about that when you join this stream. Jesus. Alright.
Okay, Marcel, get on your fucking Facebook. I'm sending you the link.
Falco, the reflection of your screen on your glasses looks like your eyes are a bit off. That's cool. I like that. I want to be creepy.
I was going to have a porn website up on my screen, see if anyone noticed it in the reflection of mine.
Jesus fucking Christ, Dan, what the fuck is this shit?
Is he really? Alright, I'm going to...
What the... What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Dan, why?
What's up?
Dan, why?
Wait, did Marcel join?
No, like, do you see the file that Dan is sharing in the chat? Dan, why?
I see Dan, I don't see any file. I don't see anything. Alright, someone just said we need to get Falco a arrogant programmer hat.
Yeah, he has one.
As long as it's not a fucking fedora, I'll wear it. Sorry, it's an inside joke.
It is a fucking fedora.
I was driving yesterday and I saw somebody who suspiciously looked like a certain fedora person that we crack jokes.
Did you?
Okay.
Alright, next. Tech stuff. Do you agree that Toolkit Editor is the main stuff and only Engine plus Editor can be called a game engine? Percentage-wise, Engine versus Toolkit, how much time did they take? Was original ESTK code-based Marcel's? How did you recode everything after he left? Jesus fucking Christ. No, I don't think I would say that Engine plus Editor can only be called a game engine. The reason is that although the editor wasn't completely finished, the truth is that everything that can be achieved through the level editor can be achieved procedurally through Lua coding. So like, we had an init.lua, which we still have, which since the toolkit can't write out entities and things like that, it loads them in and it generates them, and it can generate the map procedurally through code. So basically, no, you don't necessarily even need a level editor. And also, you can save that kind of stuff in XML, and that doesn't really detract from the fact you have an engine. Now, percentage-wise, engine versus toolkit, how much time did they take? They both took a shitload of time. I think engine probably took longer, but ESTK definitely took a while. Was original ESTK code-based Marcel's? Kind of. No, it's more complicated than that. Marcel wrote the original GUI, but the whole reason we used Qt was so that we could share the engine asset code with the toolkit. So no, it's not like that was all Marcel's code. It was basically half my code and Marcel's GUI code in there. Did you recode everything after he left? Most of it? Yes, I did. And it was just the GUI stuff. Like I said, like from its inception, that toolkit had both of our code in it, and that was why we could both use it. And that was also why once Marcel left, I could jump in and do a whole shitload of stuff on it. It was because like we were both very involved architecturally in the design of the engine and toolkit from the very beginning, so that we could do that. What the fuck? I cannot join due to pot smoking. It's legal where I live.
I don't think he wants you to read it on air, Falco. That's why I'm using private chat.
Jesus. That's Marcel. Okay, well he can't join because of that. Okay. Fuck. How much can you customize your character? Well, that's a loaded question. How...
Well, based on the biome that you explore, the character's clothing will change to represent the biome that he's in.
And I don't mean if he means like...
Or do you mean like stats? Like what do you mean customize?
Right. So like, you know, we have a very in-depth class and job system where basically like you can augment their abilities and like learn different moves and different class trees where you want to specialize in based on your current class. So it's you can customize a shitload with respect to that, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of like equipment and armor slots and things like that. But if you're talking strictly aesthetically, what you'll be able to customize and see like is different in game, I'm not really certain about that yet. Like that's gonna be known for sure a little bit further down the line during development. Someone says, am I too drunk? Also, stream is over in 15 minutes. We said 6 p.m. So, 15 minutes. Am I too drunk for it to be this early? You most likely are if you have to ask. But actually, it's like 6 p.m. here, so that's legit in Alabama time. You can be drunk.
It's almost midnight, so you're fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Connor, what act are you in, Metropolis Zone?
1.
Dude, you're kicking ass over there. He's gonna beat like the whole Sonic 2. Alright.
You believe the stream, apparently I'm failing at it. I'm actually not very good at Sonic though, so I probably am.
Oh, the same question again. Can you tell us which programming languages did you use and which for what? C++, C++11 was the core engine. Gameplay, cutscenes, asset loading, and things like that are all done in Lua scripting. Low-level driver, video calls, audio, and resource management is straight C, no ++. And then there's some SH4, x86, and ARM assembly for taking advantage of special SIMD vector instructions on different hardware for fast vector and matrix transforms. There you go. I think you blew his mind, hopefully. This dude says BDHDH. What the fuck does that even mean?
I have no fucking clue. I think he just got too drunk and passed away on his keyboard.
Alright. Falco, if you could tell your 15-year-old self one thing, what would it be? I would say get the fuck in the gym and get laid earlier. That would probably be it. Yeah. And keep coding, because, like, obviously that paid off. I had that part down. I didn't have...
I would say the opposite. I would say don't give a shit about getting laid and be better at being a musician.
Dude, getting laid before I was 16 was one of the best decisions in my life.
Connor, I was mostly joking, and you had to take it all seriously. fine.
See, I wasn't, and it's still a good fucking answer.
Until 19, like you already did, and keep fucking coding alone with your Dreamcast.
Fucking virgin.
Do what?
Connor is a fucking virgin.
Yeah,
And
right.
a sexual being.
I don't think he is, because Connor's a sexy beast, and he plays like every instrument ever. Connor, if you're a virgin, man, I'm available.
Look, he's
Dude, if
fucking
I was a
virgin.
virgin, that would be a very sad story if I could play this many instruments.
Yeah, I do. Will there be a nice Lord BJ? Will the nice Lord BJ be a mini boss in the game? No, because I don't even want to take the time to sprite him or code him up in the game. He's not even worth it. Like, J-Force was worth a gay bar because, like, they were actually developing a game. Like, they were worthy rivals and opponents. The nice Lord J, like, he wasn't even worth the fucking YouTube video we made about him years ago, honestly. It was just feeling edgy, so we did it anyway.
Dude, I want to rival Daikatana in Fez 2.
But Festo isn't going out because you're not worth it.
Oh, damn! You don't deserve Fez 2, Connor.
That's a direct quote, mate.
It's alright, Phil, I got you. None of them deserve it. I don't either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I... But still, it's funny.
Will the Dreamcast version of ES be playable on an emulator, or will it be like WinCE games? Unfortunately, I kind of highly doubt it will be playable on an emulator.
Why would you want to play it on an emulator?
Well, I mean, that aside, the reason being is we're using a lot of, like, very low-level instructions, assembly instructions, and we're using a lot of, like, advanced features that the Power VR has that usually tends to not be emulated or not be emulated fully, so I kind of doubt that. It's possible, but I don't know. But I would not count on it.
But why would you want to emulate it if you have...
Shit.
If we're having a PC version? Like...
Patrick, I'm trying to fucking answer their question without, like, questioning their judgment or offending
the
them.
question doesn't make sense!
Dude, just completely ignore Patrick, please. GV Gelashalvili, I think. I'm sorry, ignore Patrick. He's Patrick. That was a legit question.
I mean, it is.
Oh, but this question is not a legit question. Where is Peter? I will assume he's at his house right now. That's what I'm going to assume. Don't know, but I think he's there.
Dude, I'm half tempted to make like illustrations in style of Where is Wally, only titled Where is Peter.
The next question is, who's that Pokemon? I'm going to say Dugong. What do you guys say?
Squirtle.
Squirtle?
I would say Ditto.
I would probably say Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Alright, that's...
Just so everybody knows, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is lagging on my Xbox 360. That is not right.
Jesus.
That is a crime against humanity.
Jesus. Dude, it doesn't even lag on my Dreamcast. And I shit you not, it doesn't. That is pretty bad. Alright, what will the inventory system be like in detail? How complex will it be, and what data will the items hold? E.g., stackable, condition, cost. Oh, it's going to be extremely complex. In addition to, like, stackable item and shit, you also have to take into account the fact that we wanted you to be able to drop almost every item from your inventory onto the map. So in addition to just having abstract properties like that, it also has to have physical attributes like mass, moment of inertia, damping, some other fancy physicsy terms that I can't quite think of right now. There's going to be a whole shitload of data associated with those items. And especially because we wanted to have an alchemy system later on, hopefully as part of the class system. I don't really know that like we have the abstract things worked out as far as like consumable, whether it restores HP, whether it restores MP. And actually what you have to realize is since everything is fully extensible through Lua, it's not necessarily that you have a shitload of data associated with each item. It might just be that you have a Lua callback that's like on use, on equip, blah, 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 where it actually implements that functionality in code rather than like reading it all from a binary file. So it really depends on how you want to handle that architecturally, which has not been completely finalized. I hope I sort of answered your question. We have 7 minutes left. Congratulations on the funding! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! One exclamation point! Thank you very much.
Kind of yelling. That's the best kind of yelling when you have the one in there.
I know it is, because it's like you're so fucking excited, like you forgot, or like you let off of the shift before you let off of the one.
That's
like, I like it. Thank you.
Or it could be Falco trying to type on a British keyboard.
That's true. Dude, oh my god, man. I don't know how the fuck you guys type in Britain. I have no fucking clue. Dan came over with his, like, with his Mac, or not his Mac, with his laptop, and, like, this was during the Kickstarter. Like, I was trying to edit some text or something on there. I seriously could not write a single fucking sentence on a British keyboard. I don't know how the fuck you guys do that. It's a nightmare, dude. Alright. What the fuck? Tech question. Are your lenses polarized, and does this affect your ability to see Apple's display? Yes, they're polarized, and actually, yeah, my screen kind of looks like shit. But it's fine, because I look really cool in them. Do you guys watch anime at all?
Duh.
We have Patrick on the team.
Yeah, I'm watching more. I'm watching enough anime for the entire team.
I had to teach you what a waifu was. Dude, I've watched a bunch of anime. What did I watch? Like, I don't know. I've never really, like, considered myself, like, super into, like, anime. And it's not that, like, I have anything against it. I just haven't really been, like, exposed to it. But my brother came over and he watched me, or he made me watch Gantz and the Death Note. I just watched that. And both of those were really fucking good. I really liked Gantz. That was awesome. So, what about you guys?
Yeah, one of the reasons that I even got into anime was the animation of the fighting scenes, and you know, basically I can launch up episode of anime and post at any given moment and learn something from it in terms of like drawing and anatomy and shit like that, and especially drawing in motion. And that directly transfers into like our animations, because even though it's pixel art, the idea behind it is still there. So, you know, the great thing about watching anime as opposed to like watching movies or something like that is that I'm still learning. Because, you know, technically I could get the same thing from movies as well, but then I have to translate from the actual humans to drawing, and anime is already a drawing, so I skip a step and save time, which is great.
Patrick, did you ever watch 5 centimeters per second? Because that's got the feels everywhere.
Dude, I have it, and I'm afraid of the feels. Like, I'm genuinely afraid.
You're afraid of the feels?
Like, dude, like my mental state at the moment is so fragile that if I'm gonna watch something, it might actually push me into depression.
Like, you don't watch
I'm
that.
not already in depression, Patrick. What the fuck are you doing on this team? Oh,
I'm
shit.
in enough. Like, I crawled out of depression.
Fuck, I'll be back.
Jesus.
Wait, are we greenlit yet? Wait, are we green? Wait, what? Are we
No,
greenlit?
we aren't lit. We aren't greenlit.
Oh, come on.
Some kind of bullshit.
Fucking serotonin levels.
Jeez. We're not greenlit yet.
No, we aren't.
Fucking clock.
I'm glad you guys reminded me. Alright.
Next question.
Happiness has returned. Are you guys greenlit yet? What the fuck? I completely agree. What the fuck? It's been... I want you to understand how genuinely important it would have been to get greenlit during our Kickstarter campaign. That could have been another shot at the press. That could have been maybe getting us on IGN, Kotaku. That could have possibly been like 20 to 50 grand right there. But like, where's the green light? Like, this is one of the longest periods in time we've been without being greenlit, or that Valve has gone without green lighting. You know, they do it periodically every so often, and this has been like a ridiculously large amount of time. And so I just want to tell you guys that I genuinely fucked up by starting the Steam greenlight process that late. I basically started it the day after the Kickstarter. And if any of you are listening and you ever want to kickstart, don't do what I did. I totally fucked that up. Start greenlight first. I fucked up. Seriously, that could have been a big deal. And we're not greenlit yet. We should be greenlit any day, but Kickstarter's already over. Whew.
Or we live to learn.
Live to learn. Will there be purchasable houses in the game? If so, will the insides be customizable? The first thing I thought of was Pokemon hideouts in like Ruby and Sapphire when you said that. I don't know, guys. Will there be? I don't know. That'll have to come later.
I mean, we could totally do that because we already have the items for it, right? But I think the question would be like the UI and like making it in the code. I think that would be the bigger issue because the assets are already there.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing to my couch? Oh. We already have backers who backed us for custom houses and shit, so I think that would kind of be screwing them out of a house if, like, that's just a gameplay mechanic. So I don't know, we'll have to see, but there will be for some people who already backed us for that, so definitely, to some extent.
We could be a dicks and make a DLC out of that, and then people that have backed us, they have, like, their own houses in every single other people's game.
No, that's fucked up. Okay, that was that.
Like, you can almost guarantee that if there ever gonna be a business decision with an Elysian Shadows team that seems like really douchebaggy, it came out from me, so you can blame me.
I do agree with that. Caitlin says heart, heart, heart. Hey, Caitlin.
That's obviously for me.
So much love. I'm pretty sure that's like one heart for each of us, so fuck you, Manuel.
Dude, like, you should come visit, like, while she's doing the experience, and you can hang out with all of us. And her husband's coming too. It's gonna be awesome. Well, I don't think she's gonna sleep on the couch because I'd feel really bad. I'll give you guys my bed because I totally feel like the single guy is sleeping in the bed and like the married couple's like sleeping on the couch. I feel like that's douchey. So you guys can have my bed.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know. I'm a nice guy. Is the party going to be everyone bring one dish to get booze/food going? Yeah, about that. So like I said, we have not received anything from Kickstarter, and even if we had, I think it would be a lack of integrity to spend it all on booze for a party, so it's going to have to be BYOB. Now, I do have some expensive scotch and champagne, but it's not enough for everyone. And it's only enough for the top backers. I'm just kidding. But, like, yeah, it's going to have to be BYOB to some extent. I would bring food and, like, a dish or something. Definitely.
And toilet paper.
And, yeah, you might want to bring toilet paper, because you never know at my house. You never know. There will be coffee filters, worst case.
Yes.
I don't run out of those, ever. That would be a mistake.
Or protein bars, so if you do get hungry.
Or protein bars.
I don't think you want to use protein bars as toilet paper.
Hey, they aren't bad. I tried one.
Oh god, you're disgusting.
Dude,
I love you.
Protein bars. Delicious, man. How do you think I look this sexy? It's all protein bars.
I was thinking about using protein bars as toilet paper, and then you just leave it, and you have like chocolate protein bar, so to speak. Enjoy the taste, Daniel. Enjoy the taste.
When can we expect the engine and toolkit? Would that be long after the game releases next December? Ideally, it would be when the game releases. I can't promise that for sure, but we want it to come out with the game. So hopefully it will go launch together. Don't know for sure. That's the plan. Actually, we already went over 6:01. I'll just go to 6:05 because like I completely lost track of time with all of your amazing questions.
We were a little late also, so.
Yeah, okay. Are you guys going to have the whole team fly to Alabama in order to sign all the products? Dennis Smith, yeah, because, like, it'll be more to ship all the products, like, everywhere around the fucking world than it would be to ship them here, so, yeah, it's going to have to be
it will be literally cheaper to ship people than to ship products.
It would be.
I wonder can you, like, ship people internationally, like, postage on the face and ship them?
Jesus. We could try. You need to get to America. You double wide.
I think they outlawed it in America. I think it's illegal in America. Because some people were shipping their kids. Like.
What the fuck?
Dude, I would do it.
Dude, read about it.
Myself as a sex toy, and then just like catch a fly back or something. To fun DS.
So what will the postage cost you from your house to Patrick's double wide?
I don't know. Oh. Good question.
If you're going to post yourself as a sex toy.
That's a good question. Alright. What is this? Oh, aren't you going to trademark the name Elysian Shadows? How do you know we haven't already? How do you know that? Yes, we are, actually. And thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention that it's not currently trademarked. So now they're all going to run out and try to trademark it. Actually, I think it's already... No, I think we've already reserved that name. We just haven't completed the trademark process. We have attorneys working on that at this time. Attorneys who have not yet been paid, unfortunately. They're working on it.
They're a lovely bunch, to be honest.
Well, like, they kind of know we have over 100 grand on the internet. So.
Yeah, but it's internet money. It's not real.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
2
that.
minutes. 2 minutes. Marcel, I'm going to skip this question because someone else just asked something similar. The PlayStation 4 is just about a PC with a custom operating system. Do you think it'll be easy to port if you ever do once licensing is out of the way? Yeah, absolutely. I think the PlayStation 4, the Xbox 360, not 360, the Xbox One and Wii U will all be easy to port regardless of their operating systems or anything like that because they're all x86 architecture. And because, to be honest, their specs are so high, it's not really going to be much of a challenge. I think the hardest part of porting to those platforms will be making the shaders work well on their GPUs. But other than the Wii U, which maybe might not be as... Okay, I'm not going to say that to piss off every Nintendo fan. But yeah, it should... Next, 1 minute. This might have to be the last question.
Make it a good one.
What's your take on switching middleware? Chivalry switched to Unreal and Natural Selection 2 switched to their own custom engine. What's your take on that? I don't know. Do I have a take on that? I don't.
Who cares if the game's good?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that because it doesn't really affect me. I mean, we're not about to switch middleware because like our engine was really custom tailored to what we're doing, and like our toolkit was too, and it runs on the Dreamcast and stuff. And there's not really an engineering solution out there that does what we need it to do, which is why we have a custom engine. So, all right, last question. Oh, by the way, we might still answer your question on YouTube. We probably will. So even if we don't answer your question here in the stream, it will probably still get answered. Will I be able to throw wet sponges at enemies? Jesus, Patrick, what do you think?
He's gone.
Jeez, Dan, what do you think?
Yes.
I think so
For the
too.
lol.
Connor, Sky Chase Zone, what do you think?
I don't know. Well, are we gonna like throw tampons at people and stuff too? I don't know.
Why the fuck not?
Where's the limit of what we're gonna do here?
And I almost
The
just
power
made
of
a
lure.
really sexist joke. But I'm worried Zoe Quinn would like show up and like fucking
Jesus.
That's not sexist. There's nothing sexist against tampons. What the fuck, dude?
No, I was about to make a joke that is extremely sexist.
Yeah, that's why I stopped
It's
you.
not really sexist though, in my opinion. In my opinion, if you make a guy joke, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's sexist. I will probably laugh and honestly probably say you're right. So I don't know.
Yeah, but that's because your white privilege sees
not
sexual.
I will kick your ass out of this fucking stream. Actually, I need to anyway. It's 6:06. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been very real. Hopefully, we didn't offend any of you. Come to the party. Okay, and also, I'm making the party event on Facebook now. That's where I'm going to post my address because it's Facebook. It must be secure, right? So look for that on Facebook.
Oh god.
So yeah, I better see all of you at the party. If not, I'll see you on the stream.
Messenger.
It's been real. See you guys later. Thank you.
Yep. Bye.